Hey witches, how you doing today? Today I want to talk a little bit about spirit work and the importance of honoring your pacts and partnerships no matter what, or else there might be some consequences, which I am going to illustrate with a personal story. For those of you who are new around here, my name is Taya. Welcome to the channel. We talk about all things witchcraft, especially traditional witchcraft. That's where my heart lies. And for those of you who are returning viewers, maybe coming in from another video, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. All of you, please consider subscribing. It's a great way to help us build the channel. So, I have a little bit of a story time. If you watched my last video, this might be a little bit redundant, but basically like I had shared there, I had a back injury. Probably about this time last year, maybe even a little earlier. It was just something small. If I just moved a certain way, it was like, oh, but it just didn't seem like a big deal. And throughout the year, I've been slowly getting more aches and pains, headaches, not sleeping through the night, all kinds of just things. And I just sort of chalk them up to like, I'm getting older. I'm going to be 45 in a couple of weeks. So I'm like, you know, it's probably I'm just getting older. And then it got a little worse. And I was like, maybe I'll go see my chiropractor. And I went to my chiropractor. And, you know, I was going in like every 2 weeks, every week, 2 weeks for visits. And like things were just not getting better. And what happens is I run at a baseline here. This is my mood. Okay, and then in the spring, summer, when the sun comes out, my mood goes whoop, and then I'm high all through the spring, summer season, and then in the fall, I drop back down to just standard level. But what happened this year was when spring, summer came, I didn't get that boost, and so I just continued with my regular mood through the summer months, and then in the fall, when the sun went away, my mood went whoop. And I entered a serious state of depression, probably starting in about the middle of September. And it just progressively got worse into November. Now, I am very lucky. I am healing now. My chiropractor finally figured out what was wrong when I went in and insisted, like, no, this little niggling thing that I don't think is a big issue, but it's just really bugging me. She did a little bit of investigating, and it turns out I had a sprain in my in a tendon associated with my sacroiliac joint. Threw on an SI belt, and within 2 days, I was like good to go, back to normal. And I'm very lucky. I am on the mend, and I'm feeling very like myself again. I feel 20 years younger. And everything is going really, really well. Unfortunately, that period of deep depression had some consequences. And yeah, so I walked into my office probably at the end of November. I don't have the exact date. But I have a servitor. It's called, it's my Best Life Servitor. And its job is to bring me opportunities, to open up opportunities, to really help me live my best life. You can see it here in this box. That's why we've got the weird camera angle. So this is the box that I house my servitor in. And on top of this box it was like a chime set. You can see it here. It's like one of these ones, and it spins with the candle. And so I would use the candle and the little chime set to charge my servitor. And I started the servitor in November of 2020, November 15th, 2020. So just over a year ago. And I've been charging it almost every single week since then. And so basically that was a pact I made, right? I created the servitor, and there's a whole video about how I did, you know, how that works and stuff. You can go watch that if you want. But I had created the servitor, and its job was to do my best life. And the pact I made with it was in exchange for helping me with this, I will do this charging. And I could already feel come the end of August that it was starting to slip a little bit. And I thought, no, and I added in, I amended my servitor and said, and whenever I have that feeling of like, I have a good life. Oh, I love my life. Oh, this is great. Those feelings would also feed back into the servitor. I actually sent the servitor out in early October to a local market to collect up interest for, I had a couple for my guild, a couple of free classes, introduction to traditional witchcraft classes coming up. And it found me 59 people here in my city that were interested in taking my free classes. Like, how amazing is that? The servitor is working. But that was also sort of entering the peak of my depressive state. So I went back. I had not charged my servitor since the first week of October. Another reason it's important to keep magical records is so you can actually keep track of stuff like that. But yeah, October was the last time I'd actually charged it. And because I'm sitting here in this depressive state, I'm not sending out these like personal vibes to the servitor saying, good job, keep going. I'm feeling like I'm living my best life. It's not getting it from me. It's not getting the candle charging. And I mean, here's the thing. Am I living my best life? Yeah, it's really worked. I got out of a very difficult, I was self-employed, and it's something I would have never walked away from, but my servitor found a way to get me out of it, so that I could move, take the time I was spending on that and put it into living my best life. I started a guild. I started studying with the Red Thread Academy. My personal practice was like scheduled and on point. So yeah, I have been living my best life. But with this injury and depression, I kind of stopped charging it. I stopped feeding into it with my feelings. And here's the thing. Spirit doesn't care what's going on in my life. All it knows, it's not getting what it was promised. So it literally yeeted itself off of my windowsill onto my altar and like broke apart. Literally yeeted itself out of the window. So now I have to figure out what to do. I have options. I can say, you know what? It's worked. It's done what I needed it to do, and I can close it out. I do need to actually do a formal like close out for it. At this point, we're just like, I think it's quit and walk away, but I haven't formally closed it out yet, so I could do that. I could close it out and just start a new one, right? Start a new one that's a little bit more in line with, specifically what I'm doing now. Or I could say it's been working and it's been working amazingly. I can try and reconnect with it, which is sort of what I'm kind of leaning towards because I feel like it's done its job, but there's still more work to do. So you tell me, what do I do? I don't know. I mean, I'll keep you posted on that one, I guess, but all this just to say, like, be careful when you make pacts and partnerships with spirit. You need to honor them, because if you don't, there will be consequences. And my consequence was my servitor quite literally saying, I quit. Like, psh, take your candle chimes and stuff it, because you're not doing what you said you would do. So I'm just wondering if you've ever had something similar happen, or if you've ever had a spirit quit on you. I'd love to hear your experiences. Leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Mwah! Thanks so much, you guys.